Hey, what's up, Restore leaders? On behalf of Pastor Pulley and the Restore leadership team, this week we want to share some information with you about helping maintain a high level of retention in your groups. I'm reminded this week of 1 Peter 4, 8 through 10, and it really reminds me of our leadership and the leaders that we have at each table. A lot of the participants provide feedback on just what their experience was like. And I know each and every one of you use your gifts, you come in and you serve, you love on one another. And so 1 Peter 4, 8 through 10 is a verse that reminds me of the service that you're doing each week. And just want you to know that it's noticed and that it's greatly appreciated. This week we want to talk about retention and how to get people that are attending your group to come back on a weekly basis and to stay connected with the group. This is an important thing to focus on, specifically because many of these people that are coming into the environment are dealing with some pretty heavy issues. And so it takes multiple times and multiple group meetings for them to find a direction and really hear where they should go and what direction God is telling them to move in. Secondly, is they start to kind of feel good a lot of times, and they feel, hey, I'm feeling better. And so they go on and they don't come back and they don't really work through their issues. So we're there to encourage them to continue through, to take next steps and to just continue that walk on a weekly basis. And then finally this is a great opportunity for these individuals to learn what it's like to connect with others and to build spiritual family. So those three reasons are why it's important. But there's some things that you can do as a leader to help guide them along the way. One of the things that we've seen work really well is as new members come into your group, on that first week that they attend, it's great to follow up with them, like a Wednesday or a Thursday, just checking in with them to see how it's going, to see if they've spent time in the Word. Have they done any of the things that you guys talked about in your group as potential homework? Have any of those things been done? But that one-on-one communication really does have a lot of weight, and a lot of times people see that as this person's thinking about me. I'm actually on their mind. And so this is a level of encouragement. We also want to pray for them on a weekly basis. Spend time praying for people that are in your group. If you're driving and God puts someone on your heart throughout the week, take a moment, say a short prayer for them. Sometimes some of the other things that you could do, record an audio prayer, send it to your individual people that are at your group. One of the things that's important to note when communicating with people in your group, when you communicate in a group, a bunch of people on a specific text message or group me, something like that. That's great for communicating what time you're meeting and getting more logistics on kind of how you're meeting and maybe a verse or a song that you've heard. But when you want to really connect with an individual, the best way to do that is an individual text from you as a leader to that particular participant, or a phone call to them as well. The last thing I want to say, and the reason why it's important to communicate continually, is we want to help them take next steps. As you know, Restore is not the final place for them. This is a stopping point to kind of help get them the tools and help them understand what God's plan is for them as they can take next steps and continue down their spiritual growth journey. And one of those things that we offer is a next step coach. And so if we're connected with those participants at the table and we're encouraging them to take those next steps, whatever that might be, continue through a redemption group, go take water baptism, get into a small group, serve on a particular team, like those are things that we can definitely encourage, but our next steps coach can actually help move them along through that, get them connected to the other people. So it's really important to include your next step coach in those in the next steps with your particular participants, so that they have the support and the people behind them to help them continue through the process. So remember, our goal is to help shepherd and these individuals, or find a direction from God as they're dealing with the situation. You guys are doing an amazing job. We love you. We appreciate all of the service and just giving your heart to each and every one of them. So until we see you next time, we'll see you on Monday night.